So I have a lot more clarity in my head because there's no like, something else like making me just subconsciously like, not perform that well. I don't know. Um, so yeah, I think that I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that also helped. Um, since Ashley and I had that conversation. But the only thing that's left is the compromise. But she said she's gonna like she's gonna think about like what she wants to do, like what she's comfortable with, and like ask if it's like a compromise. So yeah, hopefully we can come to some sort of like day or solution. But like the compromise I want is to be able to see her. I don't know in what way or who will be there or like how, but as long as I can see her, like that's all I care about. Um, I feel good about that, and I definitely feel like it's caused me to be a lot more level-headed now. So that's good.
Hey, bro.
Yes, bro. Back. Today I need your approach to market from high time frame to low time frame.
Okay.
Your intraday, how you trade in intraday. Just I need that like a top-down analysis.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm waiting for that because your thought process. I need your thought process. How you approaching like multiple time frame. How you looking? How looking or approach LIT.
Yeah.
And also algo structure, DSU or MSU.
Okay. Okay. I'll show you that after I finish the day 3 content.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to today we're going to be covering the daily cycle, the timings, time frame analysis, EP and IPA, and the psychology checklist.
Okay.
So the daily cycle is just about the various sessions. So London, Asia, Frankfurt, New York, London,
Yes.
close, yeah, and what they should be doing during those sessions. Okay, so in this example, we have. Oh, am I recording? Oh yes, I'm recording. So in this example, we have a major inducement. Major inducement is from a daily.
Daily or previous day, high, low.
Yeah. So in this example, previous day high and low is induced, as you can see, right?
Yes.
So now we have the first inducement here, and that is the daily low, and that's a major inducement. That happened in Asia. Whenever that happens in Asia, the day, only this day itself can be bullish.
Bullish. Okay.
Yeah, so bullish. So sorry, Asia is supposed to originally Asia, the half of Asia is supposed to give a false direction for the day, right? But if Asia did this, then it's not false anymore, and it's the real direction for the day.
Oh, nice. Nice idea.
Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. This makes sense.
Okay, so in this example, Asia, half of Asia is not false. It is the true direction for the day. As wants to go long. So now that's one characteristic of Asia. Frankfurt, which is this yellow box here, Frankfurt is supposed to grab Asia's liquidity. So either Asia high or Asia low.
Asia low. Okay. Frankfurt.
Yeah. So one or the other has to grab the liquidity. And in this example, Frankfurt grabbed the high of Asia. So whenever Frankfurt does that, London is supposed to open. If Frankfurt, let's say Frankfurt didn't grab the high or low of Asia, and Frankfurt was around here, let's say this was Frankfurt, then London is what's going to open aggressive. So London would open aggressive and it would give a strong move like this.
Oh, nice.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's make more sense than previous class.
Okay. Okay, well, and for the London trap, London opens 1 hour. With 1 hour of London open, it is a trap. So it traps a lot of traders into a false direction.
False direction. Okay. 1
Right.
hour.
Or into a false move, yeah. So this right here is a false move. As you can see, whenever price came down, it just cleared it.
Yes.
But remember also, this is the previous day high.
Yes. Previous day is induced.
Yeah. So really you shouldn't be looking for more buys just because it took the previous day high.
Previous day. Okay.
Yeah. And also this caused the first false break of structure. So this was the initial break of structure.
Initial breakfast. Okay.
Yeah. So that means this area needs to be taken, right? Induced.
Induced, yes.
Yes. So it's logical as to why you could be taking sells. So London made the high of the day, and then this right here is a structural liquidity.
Structural liquidity is.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll clear these. Anything that's So this is the structural liquidity, and this is the one that caused the break of structure, right?
Yes.
So that means that this area needs to be induced. After that area is induced, price needs to tap inside of this area. As you can see, that's exactly what happened.
Oh,
Here.
great. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what London does. It opens with a false move, and then for 1 hour, only 1 hour.
Only 1 hour. Oh.
Are only in 1 hour.
Okay.
Yeah. So after London does that, for New York also does the same, where it opens in a false move. So you would need to study what London did and you need to study what Asia did, Frankfurt and London. If you're trading New York. If you're trading London, you just need to study what Frankfurt and Asia did.
Asia did. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're trading London, you can't look for a sell here just because it's a trap timing and all that. Yeah. It's supposed to open with the direction that it was going in either way.
Oh,
Unless it got like a lot of liquidity like here or here. But this area already gave us the first false break of structure, so you can't look for cells within anywhere within here until that area is taken.
oh,
Yeah, so that's it about this daily cycle. For this daily cycle, we have the actual thing playing out, right? Half of this, half of Asia, false direction.
false
But-
direction. Yes.
What do you see happening here? Price wanting to go long, half of Asia. But we know that from the previous day, also you need to study the previous day, everything that happened in the previous day. From the previous day, price had grabbed this liquidity, right?
Yes.
So, and price began to go lower and price induced this area. So that means that if you're supposed to be trading after price induced that area, you have to target either the imbalance. Sorry, I'll get this. The imbalance of this area, which is around there. But if price goes higher, if price comes up here, this right here is liquidity. And this would also be considered liquidity. It's so close to this area. So just imagine, let's say price came back all the way here. This right here would be obvious liquidity, right?
Yes.
Could you give me a minute, brother?
Yes. What, bro? Hello.
Sorry, bro, I got the call.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What was I saying?
This area, London area, take imbalance and the zone as act as liquidity.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So half of Asia shows the direction it should be opening in, right? So if you study half of Asia, it gave the false direction here, which is to go long, to take bias. And Frankfurt opened and grabbed all the liquidity from here, as you can see.
Yes.
So London Open was not a false move. That's the only time London Open is not a false move. If Frankfurt or London Open grabbed a lot of liquidity and filled an imbalance.
Imbalance. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So you study this, you know this is the real move for the day. This is not false. And I believe this fell like 100 pips. And this was, David and I caught this from the top. This was a fairly good trade. Now, New York in this case opened with the trap timing, the trap move. But the trap timing for New York varies. So the trap timing can be even 15 minutes to 1 hour, can be, right?
Okay. 15 to 1 hour. Yes.
That is New York. So the chop in this case would have been to take longs. That's what the chop would have been, because people think, okay, price got this liquidity, we're going to take longs now, which obviously didn't work out.
Oh.
Yeah. So we know we're supposed to be in shorts based on what happened from Asia, Frankfurt, and London. Does that make sense?
Mm, can you repeat one more time? Just
Yes. We know that we should not be taking any buys because of what happened from Asia, Frankfurt, and London.
then yes. Okay.
So we wouldn't be, you know, we wouldn't be caught in the trap for New York.
New York. Okay.
Okay. And then London close, it either reverses or it mitigates what happened in London.
In London. Okay. Reverses.
Or mitigate what happened in London. So if you look closely, you can see this is the timing that it happened. It mitigated London.
Reverses and okay, mitigate London.
Yeah.
Reverse and mitigate London.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So this is what happens on a daily basis, really.
Cycles. Okay. Nice. Now it's make more and more sense.
Yeah.
And yes, thank you for that timing.
No problem, bro. No problem at all. It just takes time.
Yeah.
Let me grab this. I want this. All right, so this is just the candles. Before it was just the line chart, but this is the candles, and this is if you notice with the candles, it looks completely different. All right.
Yes.
So this is why we focus on the candle close. This is why we always focus on the candle close and not just the candles, the wicks.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the reason behind that. Now at least now you get to see that's the reason. And for the timings that we use, these are the timings in Eastern Standard Time or in New York time. So London Open is between 3 and 4. That's the trap timing.
3 to 4 a.m. Okay.
Yeah. So the open is from the open to 1 hour. New York Open is from 8 to 9, which is the trap timing. And then 8:30 to 9 o'clock, bank orders enter. So you see volatility around these times.
Yes.
This is all in New York time. For London close, 11 a.m. is the open. London close doesn't necessarily have a manipulation time because there's not a lot of people trading London close.
London close. Okay.
Yeah. For Asia, these are the characteristics of Asia. So for Asia, price will build up in a fake direction, which is the half of Asia that I told you about. So that when London opens up, they trap the traders. That's the reason why it opens it opens at half of Asia. Why half of Asia is the false direction.
Oh.
Price may take out the high and low of Asia. It depends mostly. If Asia induced the higher low to the left, then it doesn't have to happen. So if it induced like a major a previous day low or previous day high, it doesn't have to, take out the low of Asia or high of the Asia.
Okay.
Asia also creates liquidity during the session, and the most liquidity is at the high, low, and midline. So if you notice, David talks about the midline. There was a point of interest at the midline. So let's say this is Asia. all of this is Asia. And there's sorry, I messed that last one up. And there's a point of interest at the midline, which is here.
Yeah, yes.
Meaning there's a point of interest here. Then there's a possibility that price may react from it. If you see something like that. Possibility. It doesn't have to happen that clean. Price can do something like this, give a false BOS, then come here. That's the best scenario.
Yes. Oh,
That's the best scenario. But price can also do something like this and then do this, then just fall.
just for it.
So everything depends on what happens here. So you have to study the previous day as well. Whenever you're trading, look at everything that happened in the previous day in all the sessions: Asia, Frankfurt, London, and New York. Also, London close is important.
London close. Okay.
Yeah. So if that goes into the next one, if there's a point of interest near the midline, higher low, then there's a big chance. There's a big chance it is the right mitigation for the current cycle. And that is just the build-up, inducement, and mitigation cycle.
I mean, build up inducement and mitigation cycle. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
For the EP and IPA, efficient price action and inefficient price action. So you need to look for inefficient area to be filled. So I'll show you like a good example of that soon. Price likes to move likes to move efficiently. So it would like it to gain efficiency for it to move. So you know, like I'll show you what I mean by that. An example. An example of this would be, let's say price wants to go higher, right? This is how you would expect price to go. And all of these areas here to here are efficient. Right?
Okay, efficient.
Yeah. But if price, let's say price is inefficient. Let's say we want to look for sells, price is inefficient. It continues to do things like this. All of these areas are inefficient. Does that make sense or no?
Can you show in a real chart? It's make more sense in real chart.
Okay, I'll show it after I finish the content.
Okay, okay.
All right, so for the time frame analysis, we always, well, this is subjective. This is only, it only depends on you. Analyze from the highest time frame to the lowest time frame of your choice. So for me, for example, I analyze from most of the 4 hour all the way down to the 1 minute. That's what I do. Sometimes the daily. So the daily to the 1 minute is the highest I go on.
Okay.
But it depends on you. Do you want to see the weekly picture? What happens on the weekly to the 1 minute, or you know, it depends on you. And for the psychology checklist, you need to make sure that these are checked off every day before you trade. So make sure when you're trading, you can give all your attention to the market. So you don't have any distractions. You know, you can't be on your phone texting. Oh, yes. So this is the reason why I'm not really active during, like in the Discord when I'm trading, because I have to focus. Right?
Yes. I understand.
Ensure that you're not feeling emotionally overwhelmed or you're too tired, because that will affect your trading. So for the past two days, I've been extremely tired. Right now I'm talking to you, I feel tired. I feel overwhelmed. And that is just due to some things that are out of my control at the moment. So until maybe next week, I can't take any more trades.
Oh.
Yeah. Or maybe tomorrow if I feel better. Whenever they want to move price higher, they must induce a low first. And whenever they want to move price lower, they have to induce a high first. And before they go into the inducement phase, they build up as much liquidity as they can before they take it out. And the last one is until you see a clear inducement, you don't need to enter a trade. Let the market come to you always.
Okay.
And this is for the technical checklist. So you need to see liquidity and what price has already induced. If price hasn't induced anything, you don't need to take any trades.
Okay.
Look for any algo forming and look for supply and demand levels around areas of buildup. Because as you know, after the buildup, there will be an area of inducement, and then that always taps into something and reverses. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Then you need to drop to lower time frame and identify either the algo structure or the LRT cycle. The LRT cycle is the build-up inducement mitigation.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Look for 5-minute MSU or EPA before you drop down to the 1 minute for MSU or cycle. So you always need to find the 5-minute first, 5-minute MSU or DSU before you go down to the 1 minute to take a trade.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So also keep in mind the higher time frame, what the higher time frame wants to do, just so you don't have any surprises whenever price does something that you wouldn't like or that you weren't expecting. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So is everything that I covered so far clear, or do you have any doubts about anything that I covered so far?
You showed in 1 minute criteria. Can you explain that? When we come to 1 minute.
I'll show you on the charts.
Okay.
All right, so let's say, let's go to what day? What day was the best day? So this example, I can just go to this area. So on the 5 minute, we'll do a basic, one of my basic top down. I'll take these off. I don't use them, so I don't need them on the chart. Yeah. Also, I don't use weekly. So we can look at I use the 4-hour. I'm sorry. We can look at the 4-hour price action, and I usually clear everything. So I don't like to see everything. I just use this, clear everything on my chart. So we've done that, and we look at what the market is doing. So we can see here. I'll also look over to the left to see what the price go into. This is an area of buildup, right?
Okay, area of buildup is.
Yeah. So if price taps into an area of buildup and price, let's say price cleared this area, price went above this area, what should you expect if price tapped into it and reversed? What should you expect? Where do you expect price to go into? Around this
Fill the
area.
imbalance. Yes, fill in the imbalance.
So that means that you're looking for longs at this moment.
Yes.
Now on the 1 minute, on the 1 hour, sorry, you can see also that price had given the intention. I need to see the timing. The timing is very, very important. I'll change this to the 15-minute because I need to see. London open, New York open, yes. So in this one, this is Asia.
Yes. Okay.
This I'll change the color of Asia to purple or something. Maybe green. Yeah, this is perfect. because I have my build up. This is an area of build up for me. So
Okay.
this is Asia, and Frankfurt is from here. Where's Frankfurt? Here to here. This is Frankfurt, a very tiny area. So remember I told you if Frankfurt didn't take Asia's high or Asia's low, then we need to see, sorry, I'll just take that off. Then we need to see London opening aggressively to take the high or the low. Do you remember I told
Okay.
you that?
Yes.
Yes, so this is exactly what happened here. So we're studying the previous days to come to this day. We have to look at what happened on the previous days to know what should be happening on this day. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so sorry. So we look at the build up here. We look at what happened during Frankfurt. Frankfurt didn't clear anything from Asia's high or low. And then London opened aggressively, which right here, this timing right here is London open. Exactly.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah. So this is when London finishes, 5 o'clock for me, my time. And this created the low of the day. This grabbed Asia's liquidity and created the low of the day. Is everything from that clear?
Yes. Clear.
Also, if you didn't want to look at that, from this area to this area, support and resistance liquidity.
Yes.
So that means that this area is a false move. So that means that when price mitigated here and it broke structure here, this area should be induced. Right?
Oh, yes.
On the flip side, this is our false break of structure, and this area should be induced.
Induced.
And we have the imbalance, which is within here, by the way. This is the 4-hour imbalance that we saw.
Yes.
So this is the opening of the imbalance. So that means you should not be looking for any trades within that zone. You know that. Within here. There's no trades within here. I'll show you what it is. On the 4-hour, that's what it is. And the imbalance is above. Why would you look here?
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to study at least the 4-hour to understand like this area should not be looked at all. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So
I got that.
also we know that on a build-up, price should clear the high and the low of a build-up.
Builder.
Yeah. And whenever price clears the high and low of a build-up, it reverses in that direction. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I'll go into the 5-minute now. The 5 minutes is where I note my inefficiencies, and my inefficiency was based on just the candles. This is from this candle to this candle is my inefficiency.
Inefficiency area. Okay.
What I want to see is the candle close at 50%. The candle close is more important than the wick. All right? And that's what I saw here. So this is the candle close that I was waiting on. You see, if you notice, the wick tapped right at the 50%. Hello? Fahad?
And take.
Hello? Fahad, bro, can you hear me?
Yeah, no. Here.
Oh, okay. So this right here is the where price the candle close at the imbalance zone that we highlighted. Now from we all know these two candles are vector candles, but I highlighted the last
Yes.
candle. Now, also look at what Asia did. Look at what Asia did. So within Asia,
Asia.
we had the tap into that area. So what we need to see is a tap of the candle. We need to see a candle close. Sorry, I'll clear this. Sorry, we need to see a candle close right here. So again, I'll take the wicks off for you to see it clearly what happened. Yeah, we need to see a candle close there. So this move is the real move. So as you can see, this area induced this area.
Ah, yes, that area. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So we're breaking this trade down. We know that price should break here because this is the 4 hour, above this is the imbalance.
Yes. Imbalance.
Yes. So what we need to see, this is our real mitigation. We can take trades after this. So we need to see the candle close inside this area. So that means that this trade, sorry. Yeah, we need to see the candle close inside this area. So that means that this everything within here is a trade for us. We can definitely take a trade within here. So from here, we can have our stop losses either at the wick, which is the best place to keep it at the wick, or you can keep it here.
Okay.
It has to be below the ear though. But I'll continue to show you. So also, if you know, this is within Frankfurt. So in Frankfurt is here, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. That is Frankfurt. 1 to 2.
Frankfurt. 1 to, okay.
Yeah. So from Frankfurt, you can see, look at the time from here to here. Yeah, here to here. You can see the direction for Frankfurt is to go higher, but half of Asia was to go lower. Did you look at that?
Yes. Yeah.
Half of, oh my God, I just cleared it. Sorry, half of Asia was to go lower, and we thought we have this area highlighted as our point of interest based on the previous days and based on this high. So everything is making sense to why we should, yes. So we should be targeting price to go above this area, no matter what. So that means that we can be in these buys and our take profit is above here. And we can take profit at even 50% of the imbalance, because the imbalance would be from around, you can have this in your head because this is below the 50%. So around this area to this area, 50% of the imbalance around this area. This can be a take profit.
50%.
Yes. So what you need to see is fairly simple. What you need to see is fairly simple. You can take buys from here, or you can wait until New York. New York begins at 7 my time. Where's 7? New York begins at 7 my time. So what you need to see is a false move in New York open, right? That's a trap. So this is a perfect day cycle. London close begins at 10 for May, my time.
Okay.
So I'll put this in red. I'll put this one in red. This is London close. All right, so now study what happened in London. This is London, by the way. Everything here is London.
London. Okay.
All right, so actually London begins at 2 for my time. This is just kill zone for London. So I'll have this for London open. You can see London open. Yeah. So London open, and this right here is New York open. So 1 hour of London should be the trap. But all the time, this is not a trap. And the reason why it's not a trap is because of what happened in Asia. Sorry, what happened in Asia and Frankfurt. So this is not a trap because this is the actual direction for the day. So that means you should be looking vector candles,
Right.
should be looking for buyers within here.
Yes.
So everything is making sense now, right?
Yes.
So you have to
Yeah.
study the previous day, and you have to study what happened. If you're trading New York, you have to study Asia, Frankfurt, London, and then you enter into New York. So in New York, you know that these are equal highs. London had the intention of going down, right?
Yes.
London wanted to take sells. This created equal highs. Whenever price creates that equal highs, you can take sells. But you're only taking sells to, I'll take this off the chart so you can see the areas also that I was looking at. Now, if you were to take sells, right, where would your take profit be? Here and here is liquidity.
Liquidity areas.
Yes, that is liquidity area. And where do you need to see the candle close? Within here. You only need to see the candle close within here, right?
Yes.
So whenever you see the candle close, not the wick, only the candle close, 5 minutes, not 1 minute, because 1 minute you have a million candle closing within this area. So this is when you take buys. And on my broker, this didn't touch my take loss. This didn't touch my stop loss. So this was a good trade for me. This was my trade. All right. So you don't. So this trade, this move here, false move.
Once more. Okay.
We need the candle close, and the candle close, and then we need to see a bullish candle. All right.
Okay.
So whenever we see this, we know that we can 100% wait on this area. That we can take buys.
Buys. Okay.
So I place my buys here. I place a limit here because this is the last actual candle. So I want to see a candle close here. And then I take the buy here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I take the buy here, and then, you know, price hits the take profit. And the original, sorry, my first take profit was here. But I believe I took a lot of partials around this area. And so I placed it as my take profit on this, right? But I let the trade run until it hit the take profit fully. Didn't last so long. So do you understand now everything what you need to look for based on the top-down analysis?
Yes. It's making more sense. It's making now easy. Something different. Okay. I need to back test or forward test this thing.
Yeah.
And I want to give more and more time for master this.
Yeah.
Okay. It's nice. I'm very happy to see this like support.
Yeah.
It's,
I'll always support you, brother.
so thank you. Something special for me. I'm now very happy and joyful. Again, I don't know how to express it.
It's no problem, brother. No problem at all. But do you need me to go over more examples, or? I'll go over what happened today.
Okay.
Or yesterday, because today I'm not in the right state of mind to trade. So this trade, I already closed it here. I closed this trade here. So even though I have this here, take profit here, I closed this trade here already.
Yes.
So this trade
Okay.
isn't open for me, but we can go over what happened all of this week. It doesn't really matter to me. Now, I can show you everything from the 5 minute. I personally understand everything that's happening on the 5 minute and beyond that. So I don't have to go on 50. I personally don't have to go on the 15 minute just because I know what's happening just on 5 minute.
Okay.
But for you, always start on at least the 4 hour
4 hour. Okay.
and turn everything off. No indicators, nothing. Just hide all.
Okay.
Hide all and look at the chart. Look at what's happening. Look at where price tapped into. I don't believe this area is the right area of mitigation. So I'm not looking for, you know, a lot of sells. I just want reaction sells. Also, this is creating liquidity. So that means that very soon price should be tapping into, I want it to tap into within here and then take sells. That's what I want personally. Right?
Okay.
Yes, that's just based on 4. And look at all the time frames without anything on the chart. All of the time frames without anything on the chart before you go ahead and, you know, take trades. So you see just based on this that also, what is this? These are the vector candles that price needs to mitigate into, right? So once price mitigates into here, then you know you can have a small reaction or not. Can have a reaction within here,
Oh.
which is what is happening now. So the thing is, price needs to break out of it and go ahead and break a form of structure. So this right here is the structure that price needs to break, because this is what caused the break of structure here.
Okay.
Yeah, so price needs to break the structure before we can say this isn't the right mitigation. So this needs to happen, and then price can, you know, break this, and then it can go higher, because as I said, I expect it to go higher into within this zone. Because this mitigation that happened here, sorry, the mitigation that happened here was support and resistance security mitigation.
Yes.
So I believe this is a false zone, and this is just trapping people. And a lot of people are trapped right now thinking that they should be looking for sells. But I'll continue. That's you can go on the 30 minute. I'm going to take the 30 minute off because I don't use that. 15 minute, and look at the previous day. Look at the previous days. Look at what a price induced and all that. This tapped into the vector candles I highlighted on the 1 hour, by the way, and the vector candles were, you needed to see price tap into these vector candles, or the candle close. If you do minimize it, the candle close should be here. So
Oh.
I'll just draw the area here. Candle close, only candle close. Then you need to see bullish movement. So look within here. Look what happened here. So within here, this is Asia. You don't take trades during Asia, but price induced this area, and then after that, price began to move bullish, which was expected, right? Because this is right into the area that we highlighted and we wanted to see the candle close, right?
Yes.
So we can wait. What we can do is we can wait until we see actual price movement, because this area here is an obvious area of buildup. This is buildup. So if price comes within this area, price should just give another area of buildup or just break through it fast. So there is no point of interest within this area because it's a buildup.
Okay.
And so because it's a build up, if you're supposed to look for a point of interest, you have to wait on candle close either way. Right? And that means that if you're supposed to look for a point of interest, even if this, let's say this is your point of interest. Sorry, I'll put bias. The candle close could be this. So this could be your trade. And your stop loss is here. You would be caught up, but we know that this area needs to be induced just because this is around build up.
Okay.
Yeah, so this area needs to be taken. After the area is taken, you can take buys easily. So now in this example, or not this example, in this price action, everyone wanted to take sells just based on Asia. You can do
Yeah.
half of Asia is at 2000. Oh, this isn't half of Asia in this case is at 1900 because daylight saving time. So this is half of Asia. What's the direction for half of Asia? To take sells. Now this is the previous day low. Price grabbed it, and then
Yes.
price began to reverse. So that means that the low of Asia is a protected area. So price shouldn't be going below this. So we know that we should be taking buys for London and for Frankfurt as well.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
yes.
Okay. So these are the buys I took. I'll just go on the 1 minute because I believe it's on the 1 minute I caught them. So I took the buys only after I saw the candle close below this area. So I wanted this area to be induced.
Yes. Okay.
And the reason I wanted this area to be induced is because a lot of people are looking here to take buys. You can imagine it because these are equal highs, and then this would, go into the equal highs. So this is just liquidity, and this is the order block. So people want to take buys. So I wanted stop losses to get hit and people to get tricked that price is going to take sells. That's what people think. So I was thinking like how they're thinking. So initially, that's the reason for me not wanting to take any sells. So I didn't take any sells. So I just took the buys after I saw price beginning to want to move higher. I took the buys here. Took this buy here, and the buy was just placed after I saw price was beginning to move higher. So I'll just take the wicks off and clear this for you to see. So I just put the buy originally was supposed to be here. Or it was supposed to be after this bullish candle. I was supposed to take the buy here and just, put my stop loss below the wick. Sorry. I was going to put my stop loss below the wick here. But it was easier for me to just place the buy here and put my stop loss here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I wait first until I see that I can take a buy before I take a buy. So I take this buy, and then this was a 1 to 87, so 87%. I don't need to trade for the rest of the month from just this. And if you look properly, I could have held it even till now. You see that? And this should have been a 1 to 100 and something. 161%. Very easy trade. So you just need to understand you just need to look at what happened in Asia, Frankfurt, London, then it becomes easier just like that.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. So That really is the easiest way to see it. You just need to study what happens during those timings. Is everything clear for you?
Yes. Now it's clear, and I need time to see this.
Yes, you need time to see it. You'll see it over time, bro. I promise you, it's going to become easier. For these cells, bro, these cells are just reaction cells. Based on, you can look based on the 15-minute, but on the 1 hour, we know that the candle close should be, or the mitigation, sorry, should be around these vector candles. Because this what happened here is price grabbed these equal highs that I was looking at. But we know also that this mitigation is the support and resistance mitigation. So we just need to see reactions, only reaction. And so if price is supposed to give a reaction, 15-minute, this is a vector candle, and price needs to close within the vector candle. So whenever price closes within it, we can take cells. And the cells, I took the cells to take profit here. And the reason being is because if you look at what happened in Asia, Asia didn't mitigate anything. And there's an imbalance below. So Asia is liquidity.
Yes, it is.
Asia is liquidity. So look at half of Asia, 1900, half of Asia. Half of Asia is to take longs. And what did Frankfurt do? Frankfurt take longs, London take shorts. And if when London takes shorts, then you expect New York to take shorts. So the reason behind this entry was based on Asia, Frankfurt, and London. Now, after you see price mitigate within this area, candle close here. You can take trades within this area. So the reason being for that trade, where the hell is it? The reason for this trade was very, to me, simple. This is the key entry, 50%. So I could have taken this trade. This trade I could have taken from the top here. But I took the trade here, and the reason I took the trade here is basically because of the same key entry. But I use a 25%. So if you remember, it's 50%, 25% on the opening. Key entry. I'll draw it over. So 25%. That's the entry. Just stop loss above here. Just for spreads. So and you target the low of Asia. Easily you catch this trade. So I didn't want to fully target the low of Asia because I knew that price is supposed to give a reaction within this false area.
Reactions.
So reaction only within this area. I can put it lower. Within this area, you're supposed to have a reaction. And what did you get? A reaction. It just becomes easier every time you look. And the reason I expected reaction, bro, is because you need people to think that this is the real direction that price is going to go into.
Okay.
Right? So you don't need to take the extreme reaction. So you don't need to take this trade. You can take after you see the bullish candle, you can take this trade is your stop loss right here. But what do you have to aim for? The next area, which is here. And minimize it. So you have to aim for here, which is to fill the imbalance. Then this is where you take sells from again. Take these cells here. After you take the cells, you have to target Asia low. That is the main target. After Asia low is taken, then you can get bias. What did you see happen here? You can take bias here. So you get the bullish candle, take your
Bullish
entry
candle.
right here. And it can't be this fast because we know there's an imbalance right around this
Yes.
area. So this buy is not the real buy. You can't take this buy here because this is just at the low of Asia. And there's imbalance below here. There's imbalance within here. So why would you take this buy? This isn't a buy for you to take because there's imbalance below Asia. Did this fill the imbalance? No. This is a higher probability. You need to see a bigger vector candle. So vector candle, you can take the buy after the bullish candle actually. After this bullish candle, take the buy here, put your stop loss below the bullish candle. So it can be around here. And then your take profit is the high of what happened. So the high of here. Simple trade. Simple trade. Simple. So whenever this happens, you know that Asia, if Asia does go ahead and induce something, then that's good. But if Asia doesn't induce something, we know that for the day, we should be expecting to take longs either way, right?
Yes.
We know that for this day, we should be taking longs either way. So if you do get an inducement within Frankfurt or London, that is perfect. That is perfect for you in New York, which is this 7 o'clock here. Perfect. So this entry is perfect. Pre-New York. Perfect entry. Perfect. These are the vector candles. Perfect entry. Take a buy here. We know that based on this day, we should be targeting this high. So everything, you should be looking for sells now. Do you understand?
Yes.
So the sells are falls until this area is cleared. Then you can look for sells. When you're looking for sells, where should you be looking to take profit? Everything here is higher time frame liquidity, and I'll prove that to you now. I'll clear everything. Look at how price is moving. Liquidity, liquidity, liquidity.
Everything.
And then the next order block is going to fail. It's also liquidity. And then if you look lower, support and resistance liquidity. So price should come below here.
Okay, nice.
So we know the bias for tomorrow. We know what should happen for tomorrow. Sells.
Sells.
I may be wrong. And the reason I may be wrong is because on the 1 hour, as I said, I don't expect the reactions to play out from here. Support and resistance liquidity reaction. So everything that's happening now is a trap. So from this high to this low is a trap.
Yes.
So that means price needs to break out of either one to clear the trap, and then we get the real direction after that. Does everything make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll see you in the group.
Yeah.
Or if you need to have another call, text me and we will discuss like our availability, and then we can have a call based on that. But always study the previous day, always study the sessions, and remember everything that's supposed to happen during the session. So, and the only time Asia is not affected, I showed you in this example, where Asia doesn't need to do anything big based on what happened here.
Okay.
So we know reversal until price clears this, which is that's what expected, right?
Yes.
Yes. and everything here to here liquidity. Simple. Everything becomes easier. It takes time.
Yes, I know.
Yes. Okay, bro. I'll see you. I need to clear these. I just need the kill zone. Yeah. I can move this. Yeah, I just need this. Okay. Okay, bro. I'll see you in the group. If you need to have anything, any calls with me, we can have the calls. So today we did day 3 and day 4. So as soon as I go on the charts, that is day 4 content.
Oh,
Yeah. So this is our last call, brother.
yes.
Okay, bro. I'll see you in the group. I shall need the recording.